Hey y'all, it's me, Magda Desir. So listen, this is not going to be one of those regular podcast episodes, okay? This one is about me sitting here with you, being as real as I can about what this whole entrepreneurship and life building journey has looked like for me behind the scenes. Don't know what to really call it, but we gonna keep going because the truth is I've launched things that didn't work. I've second guessed myself more times than I can count. I've had moments where I was like, am I built for this? And I know I'm not the only one who's ever felt that way. The internet is a strange and scary place, and it will make you think that everyone's out here killing it 24/7, scaling overnight, living their best entrepreneurial life. Meanwhile, they broke, in debt, struggling, sitting on ideas, drowning in overthinking, or trying to figure out where their next dollar is coming from or who their next client or opportunity is coming from, right? So if you've ever been stuck questioning yourself, or if you just needed to hear from somebody like me who's in the thick of it, doing the work and being honest about the process, this is for you. Here are 10 real life lessons that I've had to learn and unlearn about business mindset and starting over. Some of them I'm still working through in real time, but every single one has shaped how I move and show up today. Ain't gonna be no fluff, no fake wins. I'm not gonna talk about a sales funnel, none of that. It's just my truth, and I hope that it will help you breathe a little bit easier while taking your next step. Okay, so let's get into it. Lesson number 1. Clarity comes after movement, not before. I would be sitting on ideas so much for like weeks, months, years, waiting for the perfect moment to just like push it out there. Unfortunately, truth of the matter is I didn't get clear until I started moving. So when you take action, that's when you're able to gather your data and gather the insights of what it is that you need to either perfect or move forward with. Because once action is created, once action is taken, action creates data. Data gives you feedback. Feedback ends up and feedback gave me clarity, right? So if you're still sitting on a sign, or I don't know, Jesus to come down and tell you, boom, you should do this, let this be your sign. Move. No matter where you at or what you're doing, the clarity will come. How you're supposed to pivot, how you're supposed to move, it will come after the movement, not before. Lesson number 2, being multi-talented is a gift and a trap. Like, you're the type of person that could do everything. You're creative. You do project management. You're able to, manage your own stuff. You're able to tap into content creativity. You name it, you are multi-talented in everything that you do. Like, you are a jack of all trades, whether you're a woman or a man, you comes to you easily, you execute. But trying to do everything at once, honestly, will spread yourself thin. And I was doing that, and it was killing my progress. The world doesn't need you or myself to show up as everything. The world needs us to show up as the most aligned version of ourselves. You ain't gotta be everybody's superhero, everybody's content strategist, everybody's marketing strategist, everybody's everything. You need to show up as yourself, the most aligned version as yourself. And that took me a while to understand. 3, consistency beats motivation every time. There are days where I feel like I am superwoman. I am about to take on the day. I'm out here on top of the tallest building in the world with my cape on and be like, yep, I'm finna kill this shit. And there are days where I'm just like, I'm staying in bed. I'm not doing anything. I'm not moving. I'm not even looking at my phone. I do not care who calls. I don't care who texts, DND or airplane mode. But the one thing that has helped me throughout both times, is showing up anyway. For example, yesterday, I was like, I'm not going to the gym. We staying in the crib. We just gonna lay out. For some reason or another, my spirit was like, that's cute, but we need to go to the gym. I was like, girl, we sitting in this bed. We finna lay here and be a vegetable on this couch. We not finna move. But every time just kept moving and moving and moving. And my spirit was like, get up and go to the gym. I bit the bullet and I went to the gym. That was the best 30 minutes of my day. So motivation is just a feeling. But being consistent, that's a decision. You have to make the decision to be consistent and to show up regardless how you are feeling or looking. Number 4, people aren't buying your services. They're buying your energy and your point of view. Let me talk about a failed launch that I had. I launched an offer and people didn't know what I stood for yet. They didn't know my voice, they didn't know my story, they didn't know my why. But as I'm learning, as I'm learning and I'm sharing me, people are listening more. That's what you need to do. People buy people. I've already said this in a reel on social media. People buy people. Don't sit here and think that just because people know you and then you end up launching something or doing something, they're eventually going to buy it or be interested or whatever the case may be. If people don't know your voice, if people don't know your story, and people don't know your why, people ain't gonna buy shit from you. They're just gonna look at you like, okay, and keep it going. But once you start sharing you, your story, your voice, and why, they'll start listening more, and then they'll buy from you. So what you need to establish, and what I'm learning, is connection first. Let's say that again. What you need to establish and what I am learning is connection first, conversion later. 5. Your first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth through 1 gazillion idea might flop. More than likely it will. That's normal. But let me be real. Some things that I have done, it didn't work. Now, I could have let that crush me. I could have let that been like the end of it. I could have just given up and been like, you know what, fuck it. I'm not doing this no more. We're just going to keep moving. We're just going to go out here and find a job and let it be. Right? However, those type of fails, those quick fails, taught me more than some of the wins that I had. So every flop that I had sharpened my message and my method. So the only way to avoid failure is to never try again. And unfortunately, that's not an option for me, and I do not want that to be an option for you. 6. Ooh, this one is going to get under my skin because I just wrote this on Thread. Perfectionism is a fancy form of procrastination. I wrote, I need perfectionism to release me of these shackles. It's destroying my vulnerability and my authenticity. Unhand me perfectionism, unhand me now. I just stated that I had launched something last month in June. Failed, completely failed. Posts have failed, projects has failed, all that has failed because I wanted them to be perfect. Meanwhile, there are God's children out here who are half as skilled as I am, making double the impact, triple the money, quadruple the money, just because they pressed post. Think about that. I'm thinking about it. Done is better than always perfect. Done is better than perfect. Let me repeat that again. Done is better than perfect. Always. 7. Community comes before conversion. I am learning that. I don't know. For me, I felt like I don't have a community, or I haven't built one to where they trust me. They know who I am and what I'm doing. And I was pushed into sales. Not I want to say push, but I was told to work on my sales pitch and things like that. However, don't nobody know me. Like, I'm like thinking to myself, like, okay, I could work on my sales pitch, but who the hell am I? Don't nobody know me. Like, who would sit here and work with me and they don't even know who the hell I am? And that was my thing. I wasn't nurturing nobody. It wasn't nurturing cold, warm, or hot audiences. Nothing like that. So that meant no relationship, no money. Community without conversion is nonsense. Or conversion without community is nonsense. I don't even think I said that right. You have to give people a reason to trust you. I had to learn that. I'm learning that now. I have to give people a reason to trust me and to buy from me. I can't just be out here just winging on vibes. You know what I'm saying? And then moving forward. That ain't how that works. Right now, this is what I'm focusing on. I'm focused on building community before I pitch anything again. I don't care. We have to build a trusting relationship, period. You have to build a trusting relationship with your community in order for them to know who you are, know your story, know your why, and to be able to just trust to buy something from you if you end up launching anything ever in life. Number 8, being booked and busy does not mean being aligned and profitable. Let's repeat that. Number 8, being booked and busy does not mean being aligned and profitable. Them blue check marks that you be seeing on people's profile, that don't mean they making money. Them 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 100,000, X thousand of followers that you got on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook don't mean you making a lot of money. That don't mean shit. That just means a lot of people just nosy as hell and they following you because they came across a piece of your content and they liked it. So they was like, ooh, let me see what this person is talking about or what they're doing. I've had seasons where calendar was full, bank account was stressed. Okay? I'm over here walking around with $1 and something 50 in my bank account whole time. I got interest, discovery calls and things like that. And people want to work with me. But whole time, it wasn't translating into the bank. Busy work is not the same as aligned work. And I'm stepping into that now. I'm realizing that I would rather, I think Tabitha, Auntie Tab said this the best. I would rather be aligned with who I'm working with, what I'm working on, and the project that I'm working on over a goddamn dollar. I promise you. I would rather be aligned. And I will also, one thing about me, I'm going to tap into my ancestors and ask them, is this the type of person I should be working with? Is this the type of business venture I should be working with? Should I be going left, or should I be going right? Or should I be like, hold on, let me halt and wait to see how this plays out? I do not care. I am going straight to the ancestors and I'm asking them, is he or she going to be somebody that I need to work with or keep within my network and circle in order for me to move forward on this partnership or alignment? I'm asking. Busy work is not the same as aligned work. Profit and peace over just being in demand. Period. Lesson 9. You have to take up space even before you feel ready. Baby, I'm taking a moment on this one because this was a tough lesson that I had to learn. Taking up space even before you feel ready. Growing up, I always had to shrink myself, right? Y'all know, y'all have heard me talk about this plenty of times, but I'm gonna keep saying this. I always had to shrink myself. I always had to lower my voice. I always had to stay in line. Not only that, Caribbean peoples, particularly the Haitian culture, do not like inquisitive, outspoken children because you are not allowed to ask questions and not say battle, but you're not allowed to go against status quo. You're supposed to stay in line and do what you're told because that is law. I shrunk myself to make people feel comfortable, period. Because I was shrinking myself. I was second guessing myself, second guessing every caption, every post, every call to action. Now, as I'm showing up more fully, even when it's messy, I'm connecting with y'all more. I'm connecting with people more. I'm connecting with people that I don't even know who the hell they are. And I'm connecting with people that I do know. Regardless, and I want to tell y'all this, please hear me well. Your voice matters, even when you're figuring it out. I had to learn that my voice mattered, even when I'm figuring it out. Don't let nobody dusty son or daughter tell you too much. They're not enough. If they got the nerve to tell you too much, that's because they themselves are not enough. Okay. Last but not least, number 10, you're allowed to pivot and tell people you're pivoting. This one was big for me. As many times as I've dabbled into the huge umbrella of marketing, I thought certain areas, I was like, oh, I'm a beast at that, the beast at that, beast at that. Absolutely not. I failed more than once. I was like, damn, I'm a failure. I'm stupid. I don't know this. I'm knowing that. Like I was sitting here beating myself up because I didn't realize that even though I still want to be under that umbrella of marketing, I just wasn't, I don't want to say I wasn't good. It just didn't click as the way that I thought it was going to click, right? So this one was big for me. I thought I had to be stuck in just one niche, one identity, one title. And I realized I don't have to. Earlier, remember I said, you can be multi-talented. It could be a gift and a curse, a gift and a trap. This is not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is I'm rebuilding, I'm refocusing, and I'm telling people that out loud. This is what I mean when you're allowed to pivot and tell people that you're pivoting. You're allowed to rebuild. You're allowed to refocus. You're allowed to pivot and tell people that out loud. You're allowed to do that. Again, don't let nobody dusty son or daughter tell you otherwise. Because the reason why, there's power in owning your pivot publicly. There's power in this. There's power in saying, you know what I did before, that wasn't it. But I think I found my sweet spot. Even though I found my sweet spot, I think I might, based on the interaction and the comments that I'm getting, I think I might tweak it a little bit just to serve y'all. Because it's more about y'all than it is about me. Understood? So I recorded this so that you guys can understand that whatever you're doing, especially within your business, it's bigger than you. It's not about you. It's about the people that you're serving. So continue to provide value, continue to show up messy, continue to perfect it, and continue to take up space and believe in yourself and use your voice. I hope this helped. Hope you guys resonated with it. If you did, drop a comment below under any one of these reels. Definitely hit me up if you got any questions. Yeah, that's it. So I hope these 10 lessons that I've learned in business help you out. I do have this as a guide, actually. If you want, it's in my Stan store. It's under my name. You could just search Stan Store and search my full name. There's no special characters or whatever. It's just my full name, Magda Desir. It's in my Stan Store. You can definitely download this guide for free if you want it, to keep it, on the side, to look at it, to give you a boost of a boost of encouragement or whatever you call it. But I hope this helped. We'll see you later. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.